Helix has a large collection of mattress models. If their size of the lineup wasn't so big, they also offer 3 levels for most every model: Standard, Luxe, and Elite. All 3 of these Helix flagship mattress lines offer solid performance across the board. Today, we're comparing 3 levels across our performance test. We chose the Helix Midnight models for each tier so we can isolate the differences from each price level. Regarding price, the Standard Midnight is $10.99, the Luxe is $18.99, and the Elite is $27.49. This makes the jump between levels about $800. But is it worth it? Let's find out now. If we just look at pure performance scores, we do see a clear trend upward through the different lines. In almost every category, we see the Luxe performing the same or better than the Standard, and the same for the Elite versus the Luxe. You can see this most notably in cooling response time, edge vortex, and pressure relief. But there are differences in design that occasionally create new or different problems between the lines. For example, off-gassing was worse on the Elite model, mostly due to the extra foam layers used in its overall makeup. Motion transfer also took a hit when jumping from the Luxe to the Elite. Overall performance scores increase at each level. The Standard has a score of 9.46, the Luxe a score of 9.76, and the Elite a score of 9.81. From just looking at the price and score, we can see a bigger jump in value between the Standard to the Luxe compared to the Luxe to the Elite. But scores of 9.81 are rare. If you just want the very best, it could be worth it to you. Firmness is an area that is mostly constant between price levels within the same model. For the Midnight, the Standard and Luxe versions are both a 6 out of 10, where 10 is the most firm. However, the Elite is slightly softer at a 5.5, most likely due to its extra thick comfort layer. Across the Helix full range of mattress models, there are firmnesses as soft as a 3.5 to as firm as an 8. Helix Moonlight and Sunset are soft, Dusk and Midnight are medium to medium firm, and Dawn and Twilight are firm. Your body weight and sleeping position impact the types of mattress that are best able to support you. Our analysis is designed to help match the correct mattress to the right body types and sleeping positions. Support is fantastic on all 3 levels for the Midnight across sleeping positions and body weights. Comparing support on the Standard versus Luxe versus Elite lines, the support performance takes a substantial step up with the Luxe and Elite compared to Standard. Both Luxe and Elite use a higher performance coil unit with zone support, full perimeter edge support as opposed to just 2 sides, and include a thicker comfort layer. They also contain substantially more coils, 1500 in the Luxe versus 950 in the Standard. The material differences allow the Luxe and Elite to create better support compared to the Standard. Comparing the support performance on the Luxe versus Elite is less dramatically different. The Elite improves upon the Luxe primarily through a higher performance comfort layer, thicker total profile, and improved cooling. Be sure to visit us over at naplab.com/mattress-quiz. There, you can submit your needs and preferences, and we'll send you back a personalized recommendation based on your inputs. Next up, we're going to move on to our individual performance tests. At NapLab, we test each mattress by analyzing it according to 10 different factors that impact the feel, comfort, and performance. First up, we have our cooling test. To measure cooling, we lie on the mattress for 15 minutes, allowing it to absorb body heat. Then, we get off the mattress and take periodic measurements of the surface level temperature. Our tests show how the mattress retains and releases heat and overall cooling performance. Mattresses that breathe better, retain less heat, and sleep cooler are better, as they allow sleepers to maintain a comfortable temperature. The cooling performance on all 3 collections of Helix mattresses is great. These mattresses do not struggle with heat retention and have excellent breathability when lying on the mattress. As you can see from the cooling scores, the Elite model pulls ahead with exceptional cooling due to its phase change cover with a cool to the touch feel. Helix calls this cover Glacial Tex. It should also be noted that you can upgrade any Standard Helix or Helix Luxe mattress to the Glacial Tex cooling cover for $199 extra. If you would describe yourself as a hot or warm sleeper, then I would think the cooling cover upgrade is worth the added cost. For the sinkage test, we lie on the mattress. In addition, we use a 12-pound medicine ball to test pressure point sinkage. Deeper sinkage can cause sleepers to feel overly enveloped by the material layers, while less sinkage can make you feel that you're sleeping more on top of the mattress as opposed to in it. Sinkage is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. Sinkage levels between these three collections vary greatly, largely due to the differences in the cover and top comfort layers. The average level of sinkage across all mattresses tested to date is 2.20 inches, making the Standard Helix and Helix Midnight Luxe slightly less than average, while the Midnight Elite is a good bit deeper than average. Remember, this comparison is specifically looking at the Midnight version of the Standard, Luxe, and Elite mattresses. Firmer Helix mattresses will have less sinkage than softer mattresses within the Helix lineup. If you want a firmer mattress with more sinkage, consider the Helix Twilight Elite or the Helix Elite Dawn. For a softer mattress with less sinkage, consider the Helix Moonlight or Helix Sunset. To test motion transfer, we place one 12 medicine ball on one side of the mattress and drop another 12 medicine ball on the opposite side. In addition, we use an accelerometer to objectively measure the motion generated by the medicine ball drop. Lower motion transfer is better as it helps sleeping partners avoid disturbing each other during the night. This category was one of the exceptions to price equating to better performance. In this case, it was the Luxe that performed better, followed by the Standard and Elite in last place. The Helix Midnight Luxe only generated 4.03 meters per second squared of motion transfer. The average amount of motion transfer is 7.98 meters per second squared. By this metric, the Helix Midnight has slightly less motion transfers than average, and the Helix Midnight Elite has more motion transfer than average. The Elite had more motion transfer than I wanted to see, but not entirely surprising. So what causes this extra motion? The answer likely lies within the comfort layer, as there are 3 layers of polyfoam and 2 layers of microcoils. While the microcoils help with pressure relief and cooling, they don't do any favors for motion transfer. Although the energy intensity is greater, the Elite did do a better job at quickly absorbing the motion, with levels being fully absorbed by 0.63 seconds, nearly half the time that we saw on the Luxe and Standard Helix mattresses. To test response time, we place a 12-pound medicine ball on the mattress. Once it's fully at rest, we quickly remove it and objectively measure the amount of time it takes for the mattress to recover and resume its original shape. A faster response time is better, as quicker responding material layers better adapt to your changes in movement and prevent any type of a stuck feeling. In this category, both the more expensive collections perform better than the Standard, but the Luxe actually pulled ahead of the Elite in one area. Time to completely recover was significantly faster on the Luxe, though the most recovered time is the more important metric in our view. For context, the average response time across all mattresses that we've tested to date is 0.4 seconds to be mostly recovered and 0.9 seconds to be fully recovered. Note, this slower response time doesn't necessarily apply to all Helix Standard mattresses and may be exclusive to just the Midnight Firmness. Here are some more examples of response times for other Standard Helix mattresses. To run the bounce test, we drop a 12-pound medicine ball onto the mattress. We measure the maximum depth the ball sinks to before rebounding up, as well as the maximum height it achieved on the bounce. Bounce is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. However, more bounce is typically better than less bounce, as it improves ease of movement, aids in response time, and improves sex performance. The level of bounce varies greatly between Standard, Luxe, and Elite mattresses. Although firmness will certainly impact this, for the most part, you can expect these results across the broader line. The average amount of bounce across all mattresses tested to date is 9.65 inches. The Helix Standard mattresses have the highest level of bounce among all Helix collections. At 10.19 inches, the Helix Midnight has more bounce than the average mattress comparing all mattresses tested to date. The Helix Luxe mattresses have low levels of bounce at 7.47 inches on the Midnight Luxe. This is 2.18 less than the average. The mattress has a plusher cover and top layer, which will contribute to the lower level of bounce. The Helix Elite mattresses have a moderate level of bounce. These mattresses have a plusher cover, like the Luxe, but they counteract the contour by also having 2 layers of microcoils designed into the comfort layer. This balances out the contour with coils for a moderate level of bounce. For an assessment of edge support, I lie on and sit on the edge of the mattress to measure the level of support and compression. Less linkage when sitting and lying directly on the edge of the mattress is better, as it creates a more supportive edge for sleeping, lounging, and amorous activities. Here, we see the obvious improvement at every tier of the mattress. The Standard Helix Midnight is good, but just not at the same level as the other 2 collections. When sitting at the edge, we measured 5 inches of sinkage, which is 2 full inches greater than the Elite. The Midnight Luxe has the next best edge performance with 4 inches of sinkage when sitting and excellent lying edge support. Edge support is best on the Helix Midnight Elite with only 3 inches of sinkage when sitting directly at the edge and excellent lying edge support. For reference, the average level of sinkage when sitting right at the edge of the mattress is 4.26 inches. When lying at the edge, support was very good on all 3, but again, the Luxe and Elite versions were noticeably better. Our sex test uses a weighted formula to assess sex performance. Higher balance and more supportive edges are the most important factors, with noise, pressure relief, and cooling being lesser rated inputs. Mattresses with more bounce and better edge support perform better for sex, as do mattresses that don't make as much noise and are more comfortable to lie on. Because balance has such a heavy impact on sex performance, we see the Standard collection tying for best with the Elite line here. The Elite, while having less bounce, was able to catch up with tens in every other factor that goes into the sex formula. The lowest bounce on the Luxe line gives it a big disadvantage in this category, which is why it has the worst score at 9.4. Our pressure relief test is a measure of overall pressure relief performance. We analyze materials, layers, thicknesses, density, and design elements in conjunction with a subjective assessment of our experience while lying on the mattress. Mattresses with better pressure relief are able to create a more comfortable sleeping surface. Pressure relief is best for the Helix Luxe and Helix Elite compared to the Standard Helix mattresses. The Elite and Luxe have thicker comfort layers by up to 2 times compared to the Standard Helix. This extra comfort material improves pressure relief as there is more material to contour and support your body as you sink into the material layers. The Midnight Elite has the additional advantage of a 10-inch support base compared to the 9-inch support on the Standard Helix and Luxe lines. To evaluate off-gassing, we assess the mattress following initial unboxing, taking a subjective measure of any strong smells. We monitor the mattress over a period of days until the mattress no longer has a strong odor. Mattresses with a less strong odor or an odor that dissipates more quickly are better. Off-gassing was quickest on the Standard Helix Midnight, slightly longer on the Helix Midnight Luxe, and longest on the Helix Midnight Elite. This gradual increase from model to model makes sense, as there is incrementally more foam in the Luxe compared to the Standard, and yet more foam in the Elite compared to the Luxe. The Elite is shipped in 2 different boxes and also has a stronger smell right out of the box. The average off-gassing period is 3.97 days, so the Elite is longer than average. Off-gassing on the Standard Helix and Helix Luxe is better than average. All Helix mattresses come with a 100-night trial period and a warranty that ranges from 10 to 15 years. Shipping and returns are both free. The Standard Helix mattresses come in at a lower price point and have a 10-year warranty. The Helix Luxe and Helix Elite are costlier options, and the extra cost is backed by a 15-year warranty on those collections. I would recommend the Helix Standard line for sleepers who are looking for the best price. Helix generally scores well in our performance test, especially the Standard Midnight model. If budget is a big concern for you, the Standard model will serve you well. I would recommend the Helix Luxe line for those looking for next level performance. The jump in performance is undeniable and is larger than the jump between the Luxe and the Elite. The Luxe has a substantially better support system with better edge support, zone support, and a higher performance comfort layer. If you have a little more to spend on a mattress and you want high performance, the Luxe models are great options. Finally, I would recommend the Elite line for sleepers who are just looking for the absolute best of the best. Specifically in terms of cooling, edge support, and pressure relief, the Elite's phase change cover, reinforced edge coils, and extra comfort material do make a notable difference. At the end of the day, it's not always the case that more money equates to better performance. However, with Helix, this is generally true, and it becomes a matter of how much this extra performance is worth to you. Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope I'm helpful. Comments, questions, please drop us those notes down below. If you're interested in buying any of the Helix mattresses, we've got links in the description. For more from NapLab, be sure to get subscribed, ring that bell, and visit us over at naplab.com. As always, thank you so much for watching.